It was a wonderful moment for us, especially Australian Koreans, to see Australians representing, Taekwondo, a Korean martial arts
Yeah.
sports. And so it was very exciting for us to watch the Australian team, march for Taekwondo as well. How did you feel to see North Korea and South Korea unite together as one and walk together in the opening ceremony?
Well, I really remember that moment. I remember North and South Korea marching out together as one. And I remember feeling like this is a really historical moment. And, that didn't pass me by. And I think that's one of the things about the Olympic Games is it's about uniting the world. It's about everyone coming together. And, sport is sort of the vehicle to do that. But the Olympics have always sort of had political, there's, things where we can highlight humanity and all coming together as one. So yeah, I do remember that as being really significant, and it was wonderful to see that happening and Taekwondo, debuting on that, that same stage. I really expected to win, so I was going there to win. I knew that if I did my best, that I could beat the girls that were in my weight division. I'd studied them, I'd fought against them. We were all quite, similar level, so anyone could have taken it really in terms of their, ability. But I was going there to win, and I was just so focused. And with Taekwondo, there's a lot of strategy. That's one of the things I love about it. It's like a game of chess. So I thought so much about my opponent. I'd studied them. There was so much strategy. But when you get there on the day, you kind of have to just put that all aside and trust that you'll make the right decision in the ring.
So then, have you ever been to North or South Korea?
South Korea, we've travelled there so often. So we used to
right, okay.
Yeah, so the first time that I went, I think was in early 94, or maybe it was late 93, and that was quite a challenging experience because it was so cold, and I've never trained. And because we used to train a lot at Yongin University, so a martial arts university. So again, I'd never seen anything like that here in Australia, where you've got, the wrestlers and the judo players and the taekwondo players, and everyone's training out in the snow at -15. And it was quite a culture shock that first time. And then the next time I went back it was a demonstration event for the IOC put on when we were going for the bid for Sydney. I actually won that tournament, and it was probably the first time that I thought that I had something that I could, make the team or be medal potential. Probably I wasn't thinking gold medal at that point, but I was thinking
I can represent my country. Yeah.
And then I think I went back another 12 times, and I love Korean food so much. So I made my own kimchi.
Oh my gosh.
But I have to make it traditionally because I like that there's a particular flavour that
authentic flavour. Yes. Yeah. That
right.
only home cooking can do. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I don't like the store-bought ones as much, so I've got a particular way that I do it. But yeah, I love Korean food, and we would always, often we'd go there for a month at a time or 3 weeks. So we'd just be immersed in, the area that we were living in, or the restaurants that we'd go to, and the food. We were often eating the same kind of thing. Bibimbap is my absolute favorite.
Bibimbap.
And I've got my daughter eats kimchi. My son's not so much. And as I said, Korea holds a very dear part of my heart. And it's somewhere that that really challenged me. And I learned a lot. Every time I went to Korea, I grew so much in my Taekwondo training. And then I just developed a love for the country and the food and the culture. And it's somewhere that, I desperately want to go back.